everyone, and welcome. Episode 4 of the Married and Mildly Unhinged podcast. As always, I am Joel, joined along by my beautiful wife, Summer. And today we have a topic that we've been wanting to talk about for a couple weeks now, but, getting the kids ready to go back to school and work and just been busy. So finally got a time to talk about. And it's something that's been happening in our marriage for a while and is more common than I actually thought. And what is that, Summer?
Sleep divorce.
We are correct. We are sleep divorced. So what does that mean exactly? So let's just start with some good old facts about being sleep divorced. So first off, sleep divorced, and this is the definition according to ChatGPT, is when partners agree to sleep apart regularly, often due to snoring, differing sleep schedules, movement during sleep, or preferences for sleep environment, which could be temperature or mattress firmness. A lot of those affect us. So some common reasons: snoring or sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome or frequent movement, different work and sleep schedules, temperature, insomnia or light sleeping, or desire for better rest in individual space. I like that one. So little definition about it. So the key stats. So this is what shocked me. So 30 to 40% of couples in the U.S. report sleeping apart at least some of the time. Do you think that's right? You think that number is right, Summer? You think that's a little high or low?
That is right.
You think it's right?
Yeah.
All right. A study done in 2023 by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, AASM, it's a survey, found that 1 in 3 Americans, which is about right, say they occasionally or consistently sleep in a separate room from their partner. Among married or cohabiting adults, 18 to 44, so we just missed that. We just missed that age group right there.
Squeaking by.
43% report sleep separation. And how does this impact relationships? Well, over 50% of couples who sleep apart say it improves their relationships. So I'm assuming the other 50 say it doesn't improve their relationships. By reducing conflict caused by sleep disturbances. And also, according to the AASM and sleep experts, many couples report improved intimacy and emotional connection due to better sleep quality and reduced resentment. So I guess sleeping together in a bed can cause resentment. That's something that I never heard of before. That's new to me. So we'll kind of talk about a little bit about why we are sleep divorced. So how long has it been going on for, Summer, would you say?
Well, since Ronald's been born.
Yeah, that's when it first started, when our little one was born and wanted to crawl in bed at night.
I think it's probably been more often now since probably what you think about December, January?
I think it happened right after my parents left. They came and visited us because we had the extra spare bedroom back. So we do have a spare bedroom in our house. It's in the front. It's a guest room. And when family comes to stay, that's where they spend the night and things like that. So it's not like I'm sleeping on a futon in the middle of the living room or anything like that. So so I think it started about January of this year. So that's what, 8 months? We're talking about a little bit over 8 months. And what originally caused this, Summer?
Or snoring.
Put this in motion. So yes.
You're snoring.
So yes, I did not know how bad I snore. So I started as a mouth breather, and then it has developed into snoring. Yeah. So I'd say about 4 years ago, I went to my doctor for my checkup, had some blood work done, and came back that I might have sleep apnea according to my red blood cell count and things like that. So went and had a sleep test done, and I barely fell within the margin of needing a CPAP machine. Like they said, I don't know if I'm quoting this right, but they said anywhere between 11 and more interruptions during your sleep. I went through the sleep test and all that. 11 or more interruptions during your sleep, and you're considered sleep apnea. And I had 12 or 13. So I barely hit the mark there. So I got a CPAP machine, and I was using that for probably about 2 or 3 months, and then it got recalled. Don't ask me how. It got recalled, and the recall process took forever. So I didn't use it during the recall. And I'm gonna let y'all know that for those of you who have CPAP machines. Okay, what?
You barely used it before the recall.
Okay,
I
you're
was
right.
fighting you on that too.
Yeah, you're right. I barely used it before the recall.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but the recall was like, oh yeah. So I wasn't going to use a machine that was recalled. But for those of you who have CPAP machines, it's not fun. I mean, there's different masks. I've tried different masks and everything like that. Sometimes I would fall asleep and last an hour or two and then get up and rip it off. And then sometimes I last 4 or 5 hours. It all depends. Or sometimes I'd be laying in bed and fall asleep and just completely forget to put it on. So basically what I'm saying is I just basically didn't use it anymore. So I kept having my checkups. My doctor kept saying, you need to use it. You need to use it. And finally he said, if you don't use it, we're going to start doing like more invasive blood work on you. You need to try using it. And I said, okay. So this kind of at the same time, well, not the same time, but when I first had this diagnosis of sleep apnea, we also started doing different work schedules. So you started getting up around what, about 5:45?
Yeah, around 5:30-ish.
Yeah. So she's usually out of the house before I even get up, and I'm a light sleeper. So if she was up, and she's quiet in the morning, I'm not gonna lie. If she's up in the round in the mornings and things like that, I would have a tendency to get up with her because, she's right beside me in the bathroom and things like that. And I hear stuff. Like I said, she's not being loud. I'm not dogging or anything like that. It's my sleep. So I guess basically in January, the snoring, it started getting worse, didn't it?
Yes.
It was bearable. I've always been a mouth breather, but it was bearable for the first part. It was bearable, wasn't it?
It was bearable. And I think too, there's been some things going on in our family life. So I don't sleep as well as I had been before. And I think that hurts it too, especially not being able to go into deep sleep.
Yeah. And
And
you're
then
reaching that
you
age
get there
too,
over there and act like you're losing air.
like drowning. And you are getting
Like
to
I'm
that
drowning.
and you are getting
Yeah.
to that age where you're getting hot at night and things like that, and
Yes.
sweating at night.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
she's turning into a woman, y'all. And so that caused it too, because we have we have a seal right now. We have a ceiling fan in our bedroom, a stand-up shark fan in our bedroom, and then a small desk fan beside her in our bedroom with the thermometer set at 68, 69 at night or 70. So I mean, we're hanging meat in that bedroom. I mean, you walk in and there's like a half rack of ribs hanging in the corner. Just yeah,
And I still wake up
and
sweating.
you still wake up hot. I don't know what else to do.
I don't know.
I told her she's one of those bed jet things, but that may be the next thing. So, but my snoring did get worse. It gotten worse it went from mouth breathing to snoring, and to the point to where she would kick me out of the bed like at 1 or 2 in the morning. And since I'm not a good sleeper, I would go to the spare room and it'd take another hour or two to fall back asleep. So not only am I not using the CPAP machine and having trouble with that, but I'm also not getting a good sleep at night. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to the spare room and I'm going to try to get the CPAP machine to work. And I've been there ever since. So that was 8 months ago. So
so obviously the CPAP machine is not working so well.
No. So let's talk about for you for a second. So I'm gonna let you talk for a minute. How has your quality of sleep, but put away the hotness and all that. How has your quality of sleep been since I left?
It's
Better,
awesome.
worse, improved, and tell me why.
It's awesome. Well, let's just say there has been multiple times I have woken up and my arms are like,
yes,
I am spread like an eagle in bed. Yes. And it's just so nice. And I've always been a one side of the bed sleeper. Now I'm waking up on the other side of the bed and we have a king bed.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
So do you think this was like a mutual decision or what? Or is it me or you? What do you think?
I feel it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to bring it up to people like, hey, we're sleep divorced. Yeah. But I did mention it a couple months ago. I was out with a couple of my cousins and we were talking about it. And one of them said, Summer, you don't realize how normal it is. And I said, no, it's not, but it is. And, I started talking to you about it. And then, of course, when you started doing your research, you realized that, hey, it's pretty normal. I mean, we're doing the I Love Lucy.
I mean,
we have 2 different bedrooms.
Yes. I mean, we were listening to a podcast last night, Shameless. If you ever heard of it, you need to watch it. It's Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, and Sean Hayes. Great podcast. Smartless. And Sean Hayes was talking about how him and his partner are sleep divorced basically for the same thing. They just want a good night's sleep. They both have CPAP machines. And I always thought it was a stigma talking about it, but when you talk to people, especially older people, It happens. I mean, I expect it out of people. I notice it more out of people like in their 70s and 80s and things like that, due to how they sleep and all that. They sleep in separate bedroom, which is fine. I totally understand. I mean, my grandparents slept probably the last several years of their marriage. They slept apart. They both, until my grandfather passed away, they slept apart too. So I mean, it's not anything that is like shocking about it. I just was surprised that we started at such a young age. So yeah. So here's the issue though. Here's the problem that I have with it. So before about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, we went out and bought one of those nice comforters. We treated ourselves to one of those nice Tempur-Pedic, comforters that, vibrates and has the zero gravity and it raises up and down and all that. And
Not
very
comfort.
nice. Very nice, right?
Mattress.
What did I say?
Comforter.
Sorry, mattress. Sorry, mattress. Just hit me and correct me. So that's the one Summer sleeps on. So she sleeps on a very nice plush mattress that goes up and down. She can, raise her head when she wants to sleep at night. If her legs are bothered, she can raise it up. All of that great stuff. King size bed too. So she sprawls out everywhere from corner to corner. Me, I'm on a full queen bed, and it's like a $250 bed in a box that I'm sleeping on. So yeah. So the issue I brought up is, hey, why don't we like rotate? Like 1 month you get the spare room and the other month no, huh? Well, why not? Why are you not willing to compensate? Why aren't you willing
Because it's your fault you're not in our bed.
But it's your fault.
I told you fix the snoring, you can come back home.
But it's your fault that my snoring bothers you.
No.
Your hotness at night, temperature wise,
I can deal with that.
Not looks, but temperature wise, doesn't bother me at night. You sitting over there sweating up the sheets doesn't bother me. You waking up in a puddle, that I'm okay with that. So
you don't feel the puddle?
Sometimes I do. I mean,
No,
sometimes it leaks over into my side. So yeah. So do you feel this was a mutual decision?
I don't know. What do you think?
Do you think this decision was made out of necessity?
Ooh. For your wife to get some good night's sleep? Yes.
Gotcha. So have you ever talked to anyone that felt like this isn't the norm?
Honestly, no, not really. They just think it's fun.
So, but I also want to make sure that like being sleep divorced doesn't mean I never go in the bedroom. Like I'll still lay in bed at night and we'll watch TV and things like that and chat and things like that. But just when it's time to go to sleep, I just leave. Mm-hmm. That's basically what it is. I mean, it's like, right. Okay, you're getting ready to go to bed, and what but also she goes to bed earlier than me too. So she goes to bed at like, 9:50,
usually 9:30.
9:30. So, and I'm still wanting to listen to a podcast or something on my phone. Well, I can't sit there and listen to a podcast on my phone. So I like to lay in bed and put the phone on my chest and just listen to a podcast until I fall asleep. But I can't do that while she's in there because it would keep her up. And I don't want to wear AirPods or headphones or anything like that. So that's kind of another reason why we did it too. So I think a combination of our sleep schedules, my snoring, your sweatiness, all of that has something to do with it. But like she mentioned, it kind of all started kind of when we moved into the house here, and our little one, who is now grown in middle school, he would get up a lot at night and come in the bed with us. Mm-hmm. And sometimes at 12, sometimes at 2, sometimes at 5, sometimes he just started there. He does not do that anymore. And I would get kicked out.
We're at randomly now.
And just like I told you before, I would get kicked out of the bed because he sleeps, horizontally, not vertically. So
I'd end up.
Flops like a fish. You'd get up in the middle of the night and his head's at the bottom of the bed and his feet are on my chest. So once again, I'm not a good sleeper. So whenever he'd come in and start flopping around, I'd get up, go to the spare room, and take me another hour or two to get to sleep. So it's kind of a culminating for all that. So actually, before we were sleep divorced, we were kind of semi-sleep divorced, weren't we? Mm-hmm. Because some nights he wouldn't come in and it'd be fine. Some nights you'd kick me out for snoring at 1 or 2 in the morning. And then other nights he'd come in and get kicked out for that. So
But it's pretty bad when one night he came in and I said, well, Ron, your dad's probably going to come, but y'all are sleep divorced.
Yes.
So we don't know exactly who they tell. I mean, I don't really care at this point. I mean, at first I was really ashamed of it. I thought that was just weird.
Yep.
I mean, you don't hear about it. But now I'm like, whatever. I mean,
But
we
then
are
again, a
sleep
lot of
divorced,
people
but
don't talk about what goes on in their bedroom either,
that's
except
true.
for us right now on this podcast. So, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. So let me see what else I think about here. Do you miss sharing a bed with me? And be honest. I mean, I can handle it. I got some Prozac up here. I can handle it.
Sure.
Okay. Well, first off, let's get something straight here. My wife is not a cuddler when it comes to sleeping. Like, if we could have a bed that's bigger than a king, she would have one. Like, she's not, hey, let's cuddle up and fall asleep together. No, like, nothing on my body can be within 3 feet of her body before going to sleep. So hands, arms, you name it, it cannot be anywhere near her. She is not a cuddler. She has never been a cuddler.
Do not touch me.
She is just not that type of person. I'm a cuddler. You know, my
Yes.
oldest kid is not a cuddler. My youngest kid is a cuddler. They get both. They get the best of both worlds from us. So it's not like that's something that we miss. Not like, oh, I miss resting my head on you at night and you rubbing my head until I fall asleep. Yeah, we never did that because she was like, get off me. Just stop touching me. We're going to sleep. Stay on your side and stay on my side. So yeah, we even tried it for a while. Like, our bed even comes up a little when you start snoring. It senses it comes snoring. She didn't like that because she didn't like the bed being raised up. So tried all that.
That's one of my regrets is when we did look at new beds.
Yes.
Yes, I know them things are very expensive. I wish we would have thought a little bit more about getting the ones that do have the separation, you know, where you can adjust your side, I can adjust mine. I think that would have helped a lot because I know you have said, you know, what if we try sleeping up a little bit higher? I just cannot do it.
Yeah, I mean, when you were gone and when you went out of town with your family for that trip to North Arkansas, I got to have the nice bed for 2 nights, and I thought I'd won the lottery. I'm like, oh wow, I get the nice bed for 2 nights. I was able to sleep raised up. Now, whether or not I snored or not, I don't know. But yeah, it was nice to be able to lift elevated like that. So I've looked at things like, you know, wedges or things like that to sleep to maybe elevate my head. You know, still trying to get used to the CPAP machine. I've tried mouthpieces. I've tried putting the tape over your mouth. But the problem is I have trouble with my nose and allergies. So if I put the tape over
you did have an incident with the mouth tape.
What was it? I can't remember.
Remember you had to sneeze.
Oh yes. I had the mouth tape on and I had to sneeze, and sneezing with your mouth covered.
I guess you thought you were dying.
I think I had a hernia. So yeah, it was not good. I mean, that was not fun. Yeah. So we tried that. We've tried everything, and I think it's just I don't know how much
longer. You're looking at the little nose pieces with the magnets.
A little nose piece with magnets. I'm trying everything. You know, right. I really want this sleep machine to work. I don't know. And I know people are going to say, did you try this mask? You tried the, yes, I've tried them all. I think there's like 5 or 6 different masks, masks that I've tried them all, literally.
And I've never had to wear one. I don't think I could sleep with one either. That feels like I would be suffocating. Did I say that right? Suffocating?
Yeah.
But I would feel like, you know, someone is just on top of me. I mean, I know I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. So I can't blame you for not being able to do it.
Plus, when you have a mask on, it's very hard with the tube and everything to kind of sleep on your left or right. And they're definitely not sleeping on your stomach, but I'm not a stomach sleeper. But for me, I like to sleep, you know, with my arm up under the pillow on my side and things like that. And with the mask, that's hard to do because you can knock it and things like that. So it almost makes you become a back sleeper when you have one of those masks on. So we're going to wrap it up here. A couple more questions. So what would you say, Summer, to couples who would feel guilty or worried about having to sleep apart? Like if someone came to you and said, I don't know how you do this, I would feel guilty. I'd feel like, you know, I feel like, you know, my husband's going around and cheat on me and things like that. What would you tell them?
I'll say, just try it. You'll like it.
Try it. You'll like
it.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the same thing too. I would say, you know, give it a week. You know, try it for a week or two. See, I mean, or every other day. I mean, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, try it. Tuesday, Thursday, don't try, and just see how your sleep is. I mean, there's all these different apps you can download to see your quality of sleep. I mean, there's even a map on our bed but with the bed you bought with the Tempur-Pedic that lets you know if you're snoring at night and can track it. Like I said, it lifts you up and things like that.
And
So
ours, when it was set on that, was
Yeah.
lifting us up. And then, of course, you can hear it go,
yeah, so and it lifts you up pretty high. It's not, I mean, it's a good,
yeah. And it's every time I hear your snore, there it goes again. So,
Yep.
yeah. Mm-mm.
yeah. And then she'd get mad because the bed lifted
I'm
up.
like sitting up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Sitting up straight.
Yeah. But
I'm
I don't
sorry,
think
babe.
emotionally it has affected us in any way like that.
No, we weren't that close to begin with.
We weren't that close to begin with anyway. It's just a marriage of convenience, you know? So, yeah.
My best friend, babe.
Oh, yes. I am. I'm your best friend and roommate now, according to what everyone is saying, because we're sleep divorced. So,
I know.
anything else, Summer, before we hop off this topic and end it up for the night?
I know I don't have anything else. Just basically just don't be ashamed of it if
Yep.
it's something that happens to you guys. I mean, even if you just try one night off, one night on, one night off, one night on, and just see what works best for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I can really
Yeah.
say.
And it's
It
not-
works for us at
Mhm.
the point until you can fix your snoring,
Yes.
and then you can come back home.
Yes, I'll get a comic help. Yeah. So don't think that people think that if you're sleep divorced, you don't love your husband or wife anymore. You're not emotionally attached anymore. No, it's just strictly about getting a good night's sleep. And when, you work weird hours and I work some days, short days, some day, long days. And, I get the other podcast. So I'm up late at night doing stuff like that. Sometimes you just need a good night's sleep. And that's basically what this boils down to, is just getting a good night's sleep.
Yes.
Because that's what everyone needs. Correct?
Yes. Correct.
Gotcha. All right. We want to thank everyone for listening to us ramble about sleep divorce. Don't forget, before you leave tonight, or whenever you're watching this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, while you're there, hit that notification icon so you'll get that nice, lovely message when new videos come out. Now that our schedules are slowing down a little bit and the kids are going back to school and some normalcy is coming back to our lives, we hope to do these every week with just different topics about what's going on in your life. And we hopefully we'll also have some married couples on too to kind of talk about, their journey with marriage and things like that. As for now, we will see you later, and we'll see you again on the next Married and Mildly Unhinged podcast. So long, everyone.